En lepo zdrav vsem skupaj, upam, da zdaj tokrat deluje, da se slišimo. Tukaj se vam javljamo s Phillipom Holtom. Philip, thank you so much for being here with us tonight, today. I will just say a few words maybe in Slovenian, and then of course we will start our presentation, our discussion about hypnosis and self-hypnosis. So, jaz bi se seveda vsem skupaj lepo zahvalil, da ste z nama. Jaz bom danes mogoče malo manj prevajal, kaj bo Phillip Holt govoril, na dejanske danes bom prevajal. Govorili bomo o hipnozi in samohipnozi. Vedno bom hvaležen, vesel, če mi boste napisali kakšno stvar, kaj je hipnoza, kaj vas zanima z področja hipnoze, samohipnoze. Jaz bom poskušal seveda na ta vprašanja odgovoriti. Tako da samo mogoče en pozdrav z katerih koncev Slovenije se nam javljate, toliko da bomo vedeli, da ste. Midva smo tukaj v Londonu, tukaj je še zmerno sonce, dan in priprave na veliko poroko, ker nas jutri čaka v Londonu. Tako da res bom hvaležen, če sam napišete v komentarje, s katera konca sveta, s katera konca Slovenije se nam javljate. Toliko da bomo videli, evo, super, špresa, živijo, dobrodošla med nami. Samo en komentar, da vemo, s katerih koncev Slovenije ste. Tako da napišite komentar. Tisti, ki boste delili ta video, lepo zdrav Martina na Dolensko. These are just different places in Slovenia where they are from. Dolenska is very typical for wine, which has a special taste.
Very good.
Yeah, but the taste is special. No, not so strong. Very light wine. Maybe people can drink it a lot, I think. Ja, lepo zdrav Celje tudi. Celje is typical for more wine as well, but also they are very strong in volleyball. Yeah. So I give you a little bit of geography of Slovenia. Lepo zdrav. Mi samo napišite na skere konce. Evo, Velenje tudi. Velenje is very similar. So we haven't been there. It's the other side of Slovenia, our small country. Just so that Gorenja vas, pa nimam pojma, ki je veš presa, tako da imaš malo povedati več. To je na Gorenskem, ni? Tako da napišite na samo mogoče tudi kakšen komentar lahko v angleščini za našega Philippa. Prlekija, evo, super, lepo, zelo lepo slišati, da ste z nami. Vsi tisti, ki bi radi dobili kakšno iz Švice, wow, vidiš, we have somebody from Switzerland joining us. Wow, you see, internationally, we are here today. So, welcome. Poljanska dolina, Aleksander, ok, super, ja, fajn. Tisti, ki boste delili ta najin posnetek, ki ga boste delili, seveda vas čaka ena simpatična knjiga, ki jo bomo žebali, tako da kliknite na share, povabite prijatelje in s Philippom bomo žebali eno lepo knjigo. Vidiš, zdravo Slavica, zdravo Anka, lepo zdravo na Gorička Edita, lepo vas je videti. Izola, this is near the seaside. Gorička is the other side of Slovenia. Izola is near the seaside, so people are from all over the place now joining us. Prebold, nimam pojma, ki je, bi se rekel, da je bolj štajerski konec Lucija, sem se zmotil. Tako da bom hvaležen za vaše komentarje, tudi vaše vprašanja. Evo. Slovenske konjice, super. Ok, dajmo mi začeti. In jaz bom pač današnji večer bomo preživeli v angleščini. Tako da se opravičujem, ker ne bom mogoče direktno pozdravljal. Matjan was our student last year, you remember him?
Yes.
He is an incredible hypnotist from Štajerska.
Fantastic.
Fantastic,
Welcome.
yeah. Matjan je z Maribora, from Štajerska, ja, good, Matjan, vidiš, torej sem vedel, da si ti štajerski konc. Ok, slovenske konjice so tudi štajerska, je res? Nadja, ja? Ok. I think we left a few minutes for people to join us. Oh, nice to see you both. Okay, good. We left some minutes to join us. Še enkrat ponavljam, da kliknite na like, kliknite na share. Jaz bom sam gledal tisti, ki šerate, ki lajkate, ki ne komentirate, ste potencialni za knjige. In Philip bo seveda nekoga izmed vas, ki bo komentiral, šeral, tudi na koncu pomagal žrebati. Tako da hvala lepa, da ste z nami. I think let's Philip start with our conversation tonight. So thank you so very much for joining us, taking time
You're welcome.
to join me here in your country, in London, with some nice, beautiful weather that we have outside. It feels like we are in Mediterranean, or we are here.
A little bit cool today, but it's okay.
Yeah, nice weather. So we talk about hypnosis and the secrets of hypnosis and self-hypnosis.
Okay.
So can you tell us a little bit more about hypnosis? What is really hypnosis and what is self-hypnosis?
In effect, there's no such thing as hypnosis. In my opinion, it doesn't exist, but it does exist. And hypnosis is really self-hypnosis, because you, as a hypnotist, will help your clients to self-hypnotize. We're just guides. It doesn't matter if you don't speak the language. I don't speak any other language other than English. Yet, I've been to China and I've hypnotized a whole conference just with tonality. So hypnosis is in effect self-hypnosis. The client hypnotizes themselves.
Let's talk a little bit about origin, because we know that hypnosis has been around for ages.
Since time began.
What do you think that people use hypnosis for in the very past? Do you have some ideas about that?
I would say in the past it would be used for religious reasons. Not religious, but that type of thing. People wanted to go into another state, to be able to reach the deities, the gods, to go into an altered state, to be able to get into the inner mind, to change their state. And in effect, it could well be like magic mushrooms, where the South Americans will use, the Incas, etc., would use these century drugs to go into an altered state. And if you look at the Turkish, the dervish dancers, they go into a state when they turn round and they spin. They go into this altered state. And I think all religions use hypnosis.
I think what you just mentioned is that it has been used widely. But many people don't even know they're being hypnotized by media, by teachers, by parents, and so on. And there was a question actually from one of the people who actually wanted to join us, and can we actually protect ourselves against this negative hypnosis?
I believe that you cannot hypnotize somebody unless they want to. You never lose consciousness. Sometimes you can go beyond hypnosis into a natural sleep, but you can't make somebody do something they don't want to do. So therefore, people have to be willing to go down that route. So often on stage, if I am working with stage hypnosis, the people will sometimes come out of the state they're in and they don't want to participate anymore. They made that decision.
Wonderful. Let's talk about a little bit how it all started for you. But before we do that, there are so many people joining us, and I really appreciate that. First of all, if somebody is driving right now, because Philip has a very hypnotic voice, as you can hear. I encourage you maybe to listen us a little bit later, not live, but if you have some questions and when you join us, please just leave us a comment so that we know, and you can write your question in Slovenian, of course, or and also you can write your question in English and we'll deal with them. And if you share, you are, of course, if you share our conversation, you are, of course, one of the people who will be able to win my book free of charge. So please do share it with your friends on your Facebook. Okay, let's talk a little bit about how it started for you. You had many different teachers of hypnosis.
Yes, I mean, where it started with me was when I was in the computer industry. In the UK, we had a very strange monetary system: pounds, shillings and pence. And unlike the euro, which is 100 cents, is it cents? Yeah, to the euro, we had completely different. It was in 12s. Okay, so overnight, the British government said, you have to change. We're going to change to decimal. 1 penny equals £1. 100 pennies equals £1. That made the fact that I had to work very, very hard for the computer manufacturer I worked for to make sure that on the day of the changeover, everything went perfect. It was a lot of work, and all the people like me made ourselves very ill. And the sum result is that we were depressed, we were stressed, we were in anxiety, and the doctor gave us tablets, antidepressants, downers. Oh, I don't like that. So I thought, I'm going to a hypnotherapist. Yeah? And I lay there on the couch, and he did his hypnosis, and I heard every word. I was still there. I was still in control. I was disappointed. And I never went back. But the thing was that I was cured. That started to make my brain think about, what is hypnosis? What is going on? And one day, I was reading a newspaper, and there was a little advert, an advertisement: learn hypnosis in depth, with a British hypnotist named Paul McKenna. You may have read his books. I think he's published all over the world. Very famous. And I decided to go on that course. From that day, about 20 years ago, probably 25 years ago, I started learning hypnosis. Not only did I learn, I helped Paul in his work. I helped him with NLP, with Richard Bandler, and as one of their assistants, I learned from them. And I learned, so much so, I got all their clients, or Paul's clients, to work with. I needed to learn more. I needed to spread the world of hypnosis. So we formed a group in London. And lots of people came. And I would bring into the country, or get people who were the masters of hypnosis and NLP and any other technology to give a talk. And then I invited them to give courses. And of course I learnt from them. The great people, some of the great people I worked with was, Richard Bandler, Paul McKenna, but one of them, his name was Ormond McGill. Ormond McGill is known as the dean, the head, the top man of stage hypnosis. Unfortunately, he's gone upstairs now, he's dead. He passed away.
Sorry.
Yeah, great man. And we did courses together. He did them with another great hypnotist called Jerry Valley. And we learned from him such a lot of information. And so therefore, I started teaching with their approval, hypnosis. I learned from Gil Boyne. Gil Boyne was probably the best hypnotherapist that has been known. And again, through doing his courses, presenting him, helping him do the courses here in the UK, I learned such a lot. So going out and learning from the greats. There's many more people I've learned from. Yeah.
Yeah, when I just hear these names, because these are some of the industry leaders that have been on this planet, it's a great privilege to have you in Slovenia to bring all this knowledge to us in just a few weeks. But if I just touch a little bit more about changes, you've hypnotized many people. Tell us some results that people get after a session of hypnosis, because we know that hypnosis is not there, is not existing, but yet we are hypnotized.
But it is.
Yeah, we are all the time hypnotized.
Yes.
And why would somebody go to a hypnotherapist or a hypnotist? And what changes did you experience in your career?
Okay, so where can you use hypnosis, basically?
Yes.
How about dentists? Pain control. Many dentists learn pain control. In fact, I still have the injection, but I use pain control. I use self-hypnosis to stop the pain. So you can use hypnosis for pain control. They use it for what they call hypnobirthing, hypnosis and ladies giving birth to stop the pain. What a wonderful way of doing it. No gas, no epidural, no pain. That works. So you can use it for that. Relaxation, to be able to relax, to be able to go into that altered state. But also you can use it for phobias, fears, to change the mind, to repattern the mind for smoking, weight loss. Don't look at me, I'm sorry, I'm putting a lot of weight on. But or giving people confidence. It is fantastic. Or why not dreaming? Why not going into the future to dream about new things, new inventions? How about you want to find something out in the future, a new invention? I don't know what it could be, but you could invent something in the mind. This is what Einstein used to do. He dreamt about all his ideas. And that is self-hypnosis, hypnosis.
Wonderful. Let's touch a little bit about deep trance phenomena, how it is achieved, because when you're coming to Slovenia, and this is of course a master practitioner of hypnosis, how do you achieve deep trance phenomena?
The first thing is willingness of the client. The client must be willing to go into a state and be willing to go further, deeper down, or higher, or wider, I don't know. But the easiest way to do it is by re-inducting somebody. So get somebody to be used to the hypnotist, the guide. once they get used to it, then you can use deepening techniques, which I'll demonstrate. Deepening techniques to go into a deeper trance and deeper trance. If somebody's used to something and they say, okay, that's okay, I'm willing to go further, I'm willing to go further. So deepening techniques will demonstrate. And in deepening techniques, you can have some real strange phenomenon. I think last time we were together, we did a show.
Yeah. We and also this time we promised that we will do some taster of stage hypnosis.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Yeah. So I think we should teach our students, if some of them want to be stage hypnotists, we should teach them how stage hypnosis is done actually.
Yeah, and it's certainly very, very easy to do. About 15, 20 years ago, a major television channel in the UK rang me up and said, can you teach somebody who doesn't know hypnosis how to be a stage hypnotist in 2 days? Of course you can. And I said yes, and they said prove it. So I got 13 people together Saturday morning. Some had never been hypnotised, some were hypnotists, but the majority had never been hypnotised. And on the Sunday night we did a stage show. So you can learn the techniques to become a stage hypnotist, but I have to teach you stage presence, routines, and setup and all that sort of thing. But I can I can put you on the journey to become a stage hypnotist.
Wonderful. Thank you, Philip. We just had a question and a comment. So Matan is just commenting that these 2 days with you in Ljubljana were the best days in his hypno life ever. So recommends you and myself. There was a question from Milena. Do you need some password to activate self-hypnosis? Do you need something for activation of self-hypnosis?
Not really, but we have such a thing in NLP. They're familiar with NLP.
Yes, there should be some,
which we call anchors. Now, when we fire off an anchor, it could be a sound, it could be something we see, it could be a feeling, a touch, a smell, a taste. The brain will automatically go, ha, I know what I need to do next, if it's programmed that way. So if you hear the telephone ring, you automatically answer the telephone. That is an anchor. So if you set up an anchor, a password for you to use, you can fire that password off and the brain will say, aha, I know what to do next. Sleep.
Okay, yeah. Hopefully you're not now watching. You're not now driving. Yeah. Because that's a challenge. So let's see if we have some more questions. I think maybe it's a good time for everyone that is here to click the button share, because we are just going to now and maybe comment something and tell us that you shared so that we know. And because we are going to now just give one book away. Okay, so if you just please comment just say a comment or a question or anything while you're listening, and we will go on with techniques and just deliver one book. So we'll give it one book for free. It's my book, Breakfast for Your Soul. Dobro jutarnica, zajtrk za dušo. Okay, let's see if we have some questions, because If there are some questions, please do send them, write them to me. Okay, there is a question about self-hypnosis for weight loss. How does this work? What do you need to do for losing weight with hypnosis?
Just keep putting in the affirmations about losing weight. Have a picture of what you want to look like in the future, having had lost weight. Now, if you can picture yourself having had done the weight loss, the brain will try and get there. I will give some examples of this on the course, but all you need to do is to give yourself instructions. And one of the most powerful times to give yourself instructions is just before you go to sleep. It's one of the most important times to program the brain.
Wonderful. Okay, sam vas vabim, da kliknete na like in napišete en komentar, da vas bom lahko žrebala s Phillipom in potem seveda gremo naprej na to našo diskusijo, če je kakršnokoli vprašanje. We will demonstrate some interesting this question we didn't answer before was how can you rid of some people that are not nice people with hypnosis? If this can be done, you know, if you are surrounded with people that are not nice people, how can you get rid of that?
There is.
Thank you from the.
Yeah, if you go down to quite a low level, there are different definitions of hypnosis and the stages of hypnosis. The simplest way is something called the Aron scale, and it has 6 layers or levels of trance or hypnosis. Down at the bottom, the deeper you go, there is something that we can call negative hallucinations.
Yeah, I think you showed that this last year, no?
Yes.
Yeah. So you are going to demonstrate negative.
I could demonstrate that where I disappear, but I'm standing in front of the client.
Yes.
It is quite funny, but I don't think that's the question that you really want to. The answer to the question really, because what you need to do is to reprogram the brain with hypnosis, with self-hypnosis if you like, to accept that the people are there but reframe them in a different way. I think that is the way, but use hypnosis to be able to get there. If you like, for me, everything in the brain happens at a very deep level. If we imagine the ocean, the sea, and there's an iceberg floating along in the sea, if we look at the surface of the sea, of the ocean, we just see a little triangle, a little part of the iceberg. That is our conscious mind. Below the surface, the top of the sea, is the major part of the iceberg. That is the subconscious. Now with hypnosis, we tend to think that we can get into the subconscious to reprogram the way the brain works, to put new ideas in there. The brain seems to accept suggestions if the person is willing to accept these suggestions.
So we have, there are possibilities, but many times people need to be ready to accept those suggestions. Isn't that so?
The people have to be ready to accept them. For example, to stop smoking, to help people stop smoking.
Oh, that was the question actually. Wonderful.
Oh, there you see, I'll read some of it. to help people stop smoking with NLP, very, very easy. With hypnosis, incorporate the two together. Very, very easy to work with people. But the last person that I saw for smoking, the problem was she didn't really want to stop smoking. She thought that I could make her stop smoking. Well, no, nobody can make anybody do something they don't want. And so she just carried on. But she's got a lot more wrong with her head.
Okay, so there was another question, how can we help kids improve self-esteem with hypnosis?
It's very difficult with children to hypnotize a child. And in fact, I don't use the normal methods I would to hypnotize an adult with a child. So all I do is to tell stories, metaphors, like Milton Erickson used to do. In these metaphors, you can help the child go into an altered state by following. Now they do that when they're watching the Teletubbies on television.
Yeah.
They're going,
they're in trance, deep trance, or maybe playing.
That's it.
Yeah.
Even I do that, watching the television.
Yes.
I go into a deep trance watching television. Hypnosis. But I will tell a story, and embedded in that story will be what I want that child to do, to give them confidence. I might find out who their favourite cartoon character is. Or is it Spider-Man? Is it Superman? Who is their favourite character? And then I will weave a story around that character to help them to get what they want. A very typical one was a young boy who wet the bed at night in his sleep. And it's very typical, it's very, very typical. And he was very ashamed, he couldn't go on sleepovers, he couldn't do anything. And his parents asked me to work with him, and I said, okay. And thus I found out that Spider-Man was his favourite character. So I just told a story about Spider-Man, and then I asked him to imagine what it would be like if the young boy was Spider-Man, and to feel the strength of being Spider-Man and to be in control, and then weave into that a story about Spider-Man in fact would be able to sense that feeling in the night of I need to go to the toilet, and be able to wake up, go to the toilet, come back and go back to sleep again. And through that simple metaphor, that simple story, it cured him overnight.
Wonderful. I think hypnosis for kids is incredibly useful, and but we need to do it differently, and we are going to talk this on the actual workshop, so that people can learn. If you are working with kids, if you are working with teenagers, it's something that we are going to address at our workshop in Ljubljana. But there's another question: how to deal with teenagers that are angry.
Angry?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, every single person or client that you see will have a different reason why they are doing something. So I can't give you a definitive answer, I would do this, I would do that. I can't.
You need to know more about the case.
You need to know more about the case. You need to talk to that person, to elicit from that person, listen to them, and understand what is going on, what is happening, not to judge them, but to understand what is going on. And it could well be that they're angry because they lack confidence.
Yeah.
They have low self-esteem. So your job is to create that confidence, that self-esteem in that client of yours, in that teenager. But it could well be that the anger is coming from the parents. And it isn't the child you need to work with, it's actually the parents.
Wonderful.
You've got to look, you can't just say, I will do this, that, and it's finished. You have to look at the client.
Of course. And with teenagers especially, it's a great thing for parents to learn hypnosis, to use it with the kids. I think this is a great tool for, because there is another question here, also to use hypnosis in a business area, of course, as well, you know. Not only talking with kids, not only talking with teenagers, but also using hypnosis for business partners and for selling and so on.
It is, all you are doing is painting a picture in the client's, the customer, the child's brain.
Yes.
That's all you're doing. And giving them an alternative way of doing things.
Yes.
To get in there, to give them an alternative way of thinking.
Yeah, there was this question about that we didn't touch, and I should. It's about phobias and using hypnosis for claustrophobias or other phobias.
Okay, I am a trained hypnotherapist. I am a trainer of hypnotherapy with the National Guild of Hypnosis, but I don't use it because what I like to use is NLP and little tricks that I've learned from all over the world, incorporate them into hypnosis. So a phobia can be removed in as quick as that. Literally as quick as that. Do you need hypnosis? Not necessarily, but I like to use hypnosis because then I can strengthen what I've done. I can actually program that mind, help program, reframe that mind, give them an alternative.
Wonderful.
One of the jobs that I used to have to do, which you're doing at this very moment, here in London, was that we'd have what we call the fast phobia cure. And what happened was they'd bring in two snakes, Albert and Victoria.
Tomorrow Victoria is coming.
Oh, Victoria, you're not getting Albert, okay. And there'd be a tarantula as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Called Octavia.
Okay, I don't know the name of it.
Okay. But my job was to stand by the exits, because when the animals were brought in, people would run out. And my job would be to stop them, remove the phobia, and get them on stage so that they could hold the snake.
Wonderful.
And was the hypnosis? Yes, but not the formal, you are going to sleep. I used my voice, I used NLP, and put them into an altered state, calm them down, and straight away you can get rid of a phobia very, very, very quickly.
I love this idea that when you come to Slovenia, we're going to learn these small tricks, and so anyone who knows NLP can add some hypnotic techniques and improve their NLP knowledge and combine it with hypnosis, because this will make phobia or any change lasting. We had a question how to actually get more money with hypnosis. I hope people who are asking this question actually don't mean that we were going to hypnotize people in the bank to hand us money, but I think this is my idea of how I would use hypnosis is, of course, to hypnotize people to change the behavior that will lead to more money.
Okay. You can certainly help yourself by repatterning the brain to picture that money in your hands, in your wallet, in the bank balance. And the brain will follow that. The brain will say, oh, I have €1 million in the bank in my head. How can I get there?
Yes.
And the brain will find a way. Now, if we can program that through hypnosis, by stories, by helping the person to live there in their brain, they will get there. How do you make money with hypnosis? If you want to make money, stop smoking. Around the world, people want to stop smoking. Now, if you can do it in one session, instead of 6 sessions like a hypnotherapist would, how much money can you earn? Because you say, well, look, if you did it 6 weeks, I'll charge you €50, €100 per session.
Yeah.
Therefore, in this one session, I'll only charge you 300, so it's half price. Now,
Yes.
if you can do one session and that lasts 1 hour for €300, you can earn a lot of money.
Yeah, so you're saying that hypnosis can be very good to learn the techniques, and of course I would like to invite everyone to join us in this Master Practitioner course in Ljubljana that will start in almost 2 weeks, and to learn these techniques and of course make money from helping people to changing their behaviors and so on. And you gave one example, great example. Matej is here with us. He was last year a participant, and he's saying hello, and this year he will join us as a member of the assisting team.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
so he's
Was he the one I got drunk?
yeah, no, he's a great hypnotic subject. So we will have some incredibly deep trances and deep trance phenomena. So I look forward to that. I think there was one question about helping people get rid of alcohol.
It can be done.
Or alcohol addiction, sorry.
Yeah, alcohol addiction, it can be done. Again, I use NLP with it, with hypnosis to work with it. Again, one session. If the person wants to stop, that's the big key. If they don't, forget it. You're wasting their money, you're wasting your time and their time. But I had a gentleman who was an alcoholic. He'd been to Alcoholics Anonymous, is it?
Yeah.
He was an alcoholic, and he said, "Can I come to see you?" Yes, okay. This is my fee. I charge a lot of money. And he said, my father said, he's wasting his money. But he said, no, this is my last chance. And that's the key, which was his last chance. He knew that I could do it. So I spent some time with him. I worked with him. I reprogrammed his mind. He went away. He had to fly back from England to France. He met his wife at the airport, and he rang me up and he said, "Philip, is it okay that I have a glass of champagne to celebrate the fact that I'm not an alcoholic anymore?" And I said to him, "Yes, as long as you only have one. Do you want any more?" He said, "No, just one." I said, "Okay." And that's all he did.
I think these kind of stories make our work worthwhile, isn't it?
It's beautiful, absolutely
It's beautiful to hear when we have all these knowledge techniques, learn hypnosis, that we can change other people's lives. I think that is all that probably makes our life and our work and learning, because we're learning all the time, worthwhile. There is a question, I think then we should probably draw one book, and which is, can we use hypnosis to improve the relationship with a partner? And this is Anna, who is actually in London, waiting for a famous wedding tomorrow.
Oh!
Yeah, no, I'm kidding. Anna probably. So Anna is asking us, can we use hypnosis to improve relationships?
Again, I'm going to come back to the fact that you've got to look at the situation, the two parties, or the parties involved. It's more complex. It is quite complex. They have to be wanting to make a better relationship. Again, you can't make somebody do something. So if the relationship is absolutely finished because there are issues in that relationship, there may be wife battering, there may be overspending money, there could be drinking. There could be lots and lots of reasons why the relationship is failing. So as the hypnotist, as the facilitator, as the guide, you've got to look deeper into what is the cause of what's happening. And then once you find the cause, then you can work on it.
Of course. So again, we need more information. Irma is asking a question which I can't read actually, and I'm looking here if I have it on the computer, but I don't actually. So she's asking that there is a teenager who has a problem with bad wedding.
Yes.
And he's not, I hope this is what it is, because I can't read the rest on the phone, that it says that he cannot listen to stories anymore because he's too big. How can a parent help a teenager who is...
It's a teenager.
Yeah. So he's not, you can't tell him a story about Teletubbies anymore.
No.
So how would you work with the teenager?
Well, Milton Erickson, you've probably heard of Milton Erickson. He told metaphors to all ages. So you can do that. You can do it. And in fact, with hypnosis, all it is telling a story, to take people on a journey in their mind.
Of course.
To go deep inside their own mind. And you're telling stories, you're guiding people. So yes, I wouldn't talk about Teletubbies, but perhaps I would talk about themselves doing something, being able to control their feelings, their understanding the messages that the body is giving in the middle of the night to say, whoa, I need to go to the toilet. Okay, wake up.
Wonderful. So any questions maybe about the course that we are having together with Philip? I will be teaching 4 days in Slovenian, and then you come and teach 2 days in English. And of course I will translate, so if anyone has a problem to speak in English, or has a problem that maybe needs only partial translation, I'll be there. And also it's fantastic. Last year experience was great. There was a password, somebody said Manchester United for the world champion. Do you remember from last year? We had this, we used this words a lot. I think it's time maybe that if you are so kind and share this again and just comment that you shared. I think now we really want to give a book away, because I promised it even before, but we were caught with so many different questions that you keep asking us. I think if you have some questions for us, again, we are still here for a few moments before we go and have maybe a pint of beer or something together and enjoy the evening. But So just you are ready? Yeah. Okay.
He's ashamed in front of his
Yeah,
friends.
that is the question we answered before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. So you
You
did.
just give him the confidence
Okay.
to overcome it.
So please, everyone, just share and type in that you shared, and whenever you're ready, we'll just point to there. Maybe wait for a few moments because it's a 2-minute delay.
Mm-hmm.
And let's then I have some questions.
The thing is that I will have a plan of what I will do, or we will do on the course, but it's you coming on the course, which will guide us. So if you've got a question, come with it, and we will answer it.
Yeah, wonderful. The whole idea of the course is this is an advanced course. Really, we want to give as much great material. I may on the first day repeat a little bit about the basic inductions, but when you come, because you will do day 5 and day 6, you will do, I hope, some of amnesia.
Yep.
So how you can forget, and of course people think that amnesia is only used in stage hypnosis, which is not true. Amnesia can be used to forget some bad memories and also forget some unpleasant situations and even limiting beliefs.
I don't believe that we'll ever forget. What we can do is reframe or put a stronger memory in there, and that is what we can do with hypnosis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then anesthesia and
Pain control.
Pain control, yeah. So this is something that Philip is an expert, and last year we demonstrated with some simple things. But anyone working with patients or helping them and wants to learn pain control, this is something Philip is going to talk about, and also how to deal with this. So there was a question, or maybe whenever you're ready, I think people are now sharing. Just point with the finger, pick a name, or I can pick a name if you want.
You can pick it.
Yeah. So we will wait. So the next person who appears now on the screen, I don't know who, just click share and write that you shared. Will be our lucky receiver of the book. So let's see who is sharing. Just click share, click like, and write down that you shared so that we know. The next person who appears on our screen, okay, Vesna Hrovat. Vesna Hrovat je nagrajenka, tako da Vesna čestitam za to nagrado in točno v pravem času je prišla ta nagrada. Okay, there was a question, and so if I forget some questions, the question was, how many therapists do you recommend for working with clients? One.
Me.
Yeah, Philip, but you're the best. So I think sometimes people want, and this I think I understand the question. If this is a complex, Vesna, samo prosim, če lahko v naslov da Tjaši napišete, da pošljemo lahko knjigo. If this is a complex case, or if you work with client, do you need more than one session? And
oh, I never see a client more than once.
Okay. Unless
they, for example, the lady who didn't stop smoking, must have done a bad job. So I will see her again and go deeper into why she smokes and what is going on, and I won't charge her for it.
Okay, so you do one session and you get rid of.
I get rid of it.
Yeah, okay.
I don't want to do more. Listen, I like to play golf. I don't want to be sitting talking to people.
Yes. Okay. There was a question na delavnici ti bom prinesel. Ja, okay, super, Vesna. There was a question about learning a language with the hypnosis.
Okay. I am sorry, I only speak English. I have a problem in the brain, obviously. I've tried. My wife is Chinese, Malaysian. Her native language is Chinese. I tried French. I go to Turkey a lot for the last 20 years. Nothing. I worked in Saudi Arabia, Arabic, 6 years, nothing. So I have a problem. But what you can do with language is, if you are relaxed, you can get into the brain a lot better. And I remember once when we started setting up NLP in Italy, we had a French person come to visit the course, and he didn't speak English. He spoke English very badly, but with hypnosis, what I was able to do was to be able to hypnotize him, to be able to pretend that he spoke perfect English. Now, when you look at an actor on the television, let's take James Bond 007. Now, the actor is not James Bond, but when he goes into that role of James Bond, all he's doing is going into an altered state and pretending to be James Bond. So, if you can get somebody to pretend to be an English person and speak like an English person properly in this hypnotic state, if the brain's done it once, it can do it again.
That's a great thing maybe to demonstrate on the course, so welcome to the course. Za vse tiste, ki bi se radi prijavili, se lahko prijavite na mastermindacademia.com. Tam izberete Mojster Praktik hipnoze s Phillipom Holtom in tudi napišete, kaj ti velja ena posebna akcijska cena, napišite v opombe, da želite pridobiti akcijsko ceno, to pomeni popust na to najno delavnico, ki bo prišla. Čestitke Vesni za knjigo, zdaj bi počasi midva zaključila. Are there any last questions maybe for me or for Philip? So the course will be in Ljubljana. Maybe let's talk a little bit more about the course. It's about advanced techniques. So who is an ideal person for joining the course? So one of the ideal persons is a person who wants to practice hypnosis with other. An ideal person is somebody who would like to work on themselves. So if you have something that you would like to change on yourself, and you would like Philip to help you with, and of course change you and help you change, it's something that Philip can do. Who else do you think it's an ideal person to join us?
Just somebody who's interested in it.
Yeah.
But if you want to go on the stage to be a stage hypnotist, to have fun on the stage, come along. If you're a teacher, why not? It is not a controlling phenomenon. You do not have to get somebody to get their eyes closed to appear to be asleep. No. Hypnosis is an awake phenomenon. So anybody, doesn't matter if you've done hypnosis before and very skilled at it, or never done it before, come along, we'll take you on a journey and I'll help you to go where you want to do, along with Alex here.
I think that we should mention maybe a little bit more about these advanced techniques, which I think we mentioned. So we are teaching anesthesia, amnesia, we are touching a little bit of stage hypnosis, deep trance phenomena, double inductions. So
one-word inductions.
One-word inductions, yeah, wonderful, yeah. What else do you think it's...
Oh, we can do inductions.
Yeah.
We can do so many different types of phenomenon of hypnosis, even quick inductions, very, very fast inductions, if you remember.
That's something...
Somebody was just standing there 1 minute and lying on the ground, the next in a feather bed.
Wonderful, wonderful. Are there any last minute questions before we wrap up? Because I think we have been quite. We spent quite a good hour about talking about hypnosis. So last minute before we wrap up, and last questions. Tell us a little bit about the law of attraction or attracting things with hypnosis, Philip. So many people now want to have more money, want to have success, want to have more in their lives. How can they do it using hypnosis? Because this is something that people want to have, want to materialize more things.
It's something I'm very passionate about. Very passionate about. And this, if you want something, dream about it. Dream the dreams of dreams, and you will get what you want. And if you use hypnosis, you can dream better. So, self-hypnosis or with somebody else, dream those dreams. Get the brain to plan for it. I will explain on the course.
Wonderful. I look forward to see you all on the course. Join us, apply, register, take a special moment or a special action that we have for the course. We will have something new from my side as well.
Good.
I learned a special technique, which is it's actually a nested loops technique with 11 nested loops. And we will learn how to memorize those nested loops. And I also teach you how to use some advanced timeline techniques and deep trance phenomena, how to use fractionation to deepen the trance, and so on. So this will be like an incredible course. I think one of a kind. If you want to be hypnotized for 6 days with two great hypnotists and one of the best hypnotists in the world coming to Slovenia, take this chance, take this opportunity. Maybe next year you won't be able to come, maybe in 2 years you won't be able to come. So we are so lucky to be able to have you this year. And if you want to make a breakthrough, if you want to improve your life, if you want to change your life of your loved ones, so that you learn hypnosis for the people that you love and for yourself, join us. It's a wonderful course. It's a wonderful opportunity, and also if you have special issues like helping your kids or helping your loved ones, come to the course, learn the techniques, and then go out and help the people. Because one of the things that's so important, I think, why we learn hypnosis and all these techniques is because we never know how we can influence other people.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. And remember that on the course, you won't hear us all the time because you'll be in a deep trance. We will talk about it, we'll demonstrate, and you will also do it yourselves.
Wonderful. I think from many hypnotic voices, Philip, and this is honestly true, from many hypnotic voices I heard you have one of the best hypnotic voices ever. And this maybe has not been the case always, but there's one special trance that we're going to do together, and it's the castle.
Oh yes.
Yes. So Philip is a master of masters in this trance, which I still don't remember because I translated in Slovenian. You did in English, but it was deep. What is this? And this is probably our last or final conclusion, a remark. So how do you manage to go and bring people so deep?
I go there first. I go into the deepest trance you ever know, you've ever seen, and you follow me. And that is probably the key. If you want somebody to go there, to do something, go there first. Wonderful.
Philip, it was a big honor, big opportunity to have you here today. Thank you so much to come to the center of London and to join me. Tomorrow there are no tubes around here. I don't know if you know that because of the big royal wedding. So
we're not interested in England about it. It's all you that live outside the UK.
Yeah. Okay. So, thank you very much.
No problem, and we'll see you in a few weeks.
Ja. Jaz bi se vsem zahvalil, da ste bili z mano. Še enkrat je link je mastermindakademija.com. Na tistem linku si poglejte seminar Certificiran Mojster Praktik hipnoze s Phillipom Holtom. Tisti, ki niste še naredili nič hipnoze, ki niste naredili NLP praktika, je seveda se čim prej prijavite, da vam damo knjigo gradiva, da preštudirate, ker tečaj bo začel z nekimi osnovami, ki jih že prej imate, vendar lahko naredite potem praktik hipnoze konca avgusta in dobite seveda oba certifikata skupaj. Pogoj za certifikat, ki ga podpiše dr. Richard Bandler in oba s Phillipom ga podpiševa, je seveda, da imate narejen ali NLP praktik ali pa praktik hipnoze. Zaradi tega je tudi možno v obratnem vrstnem redu, najprej mojster, potem pa praktik hipnoze in to boste lahko naredili v avgustu. Torej, čim prej se prijavite, izkoristite neko posebno akcijo, ki jo imamo v ponedeljek, kontaktirate mojo sodelavko Tjašo na tjaša@mastermindakademija.com ali pa kar napišite sporočilo v Facebook in bo Tjaša v ponedeljek prebrala in se vam seveda javlja. Jaz sem hvaležen, da sem bil lahko dan z vami, da ste bili drug z drugim. Čestitke Vesni, da je bila naša nagrajenka. Si posem šele videl, Vesna, po priimku, da si ti naša coachinja in da boš seveda to knjigico lahko prejela na naši delavnici, ki jo imamo coachinga enkrat v juliju, točno ne vem termina zdaj na pamet. Tako da jaz se z vami, da ste z nami, da ste s Phillipom, prijavite se, povabite ljudi, ki jih imate radi, povabite ljudi, ki bi se radi nekaj naučili. Med tem mi se seveda vidimo kmalu, see you soon, ja. Tisti, ki seveda ste navdušeni, navdahnjeni nad Phillipom, mislim, jaz vam samo to rečem, to se mi je zgodilo, da je ena tečajnica rekla, zdaj, ker sem jo spoznal, da je prišla na Richard Bandlerja, zakaj? Ker je rekla, ne ve, koliko časa boš še živel, in rekla, moram ga videti, in tukaj vam svetujem, tukaj imate v Ljubljani, v centru Ljubljane, možnost, da pridete do guruja hipnoze, da se od njega učite. Jaz ne vem, če ga bomo še lahko drugo leto spet dobili, da bomo lahko spet drugo leto povabili, zato dajte ga izkoristiti, dajte se učiti od njega, vidite, da on je zakladnica znanja in tudi zaradi tega, mislim, jemljete to kot neko neprecenljivo investicijo. Jaz garantiram, da vaše življenje po tem tečaju ne bo več enako, jaz garantiram, da tako dobrih indukcij in tako globokih transov niste še doživeli in vam res svetujem, priporočam, da se rezervirate cajt, da si vzamete cajt, tudi če kakšen dan ne morete, ni noben problem, možno je plačilo na obroke. In seveda, ko gledam recimo za nazaj v mojem življenju, ogromno stvari sem se naučil, ogromno stvari sem spoznal, ma ni bilo še stvari, ki bi mi tako spremenila življenje, kot je bila hipnoza in samohipnoza. Jaz verjamem, da to je ena najboljših možnih tehnik, ki se jih lahko naučite in v taki fantastični, zabavni kombinaciji Phillip Holt, Aleksander, Šinigoj, verjetno, ne vem, kdaj bo še to možno, tako da jaz vas vabim, da danes se prijavite, izkoristite, napišite v opombe, želim popust. Mislim, da če sem prav razumel, je popust 500 €, kar je res ogromno popusta. To pomeni, da je cena 1497 plus DDV, tako da izkoristite to akcijsko ceno, ki jo imamo. Pridite, hipnotizirajte se, spoznajte odlične sošolke, sošolce in neverjetno druščino in naredite ta naš maj in juni čaroben in s tem, ko boste naredili maj, juni čaroben, naredite preostanek tega leta in življenja čaroben. Tako me čakam, da se vidimo. Jaz sem hvaležen zato, da ste bili z nami, hvaležen, ker ste sodelovali, da smo lahko žebali eno knjigico. Če vam je bilo karkoli koristnega, kar smo danes povedali, dajte to deliti naprej, dajte to deliti z ljudmi na Facebooku, na vaše maile in se vidimo v bistvu začnemo mi, če sem prav razumel, v naslednji ponedeljek popoldan v Ljubljani. Tako da hvala lepa vsem. In ko me čakam, da se vidimo. Hvala lepa za lepe besede in misli in bodite lepo v cvetju.